Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, game number 1 of our round of 4 series here. We got Willowkeeper, the team we just saw defeat Bad Monkey Gaming 2 games to 1 in the first round. They're going up against Reason Gaming here. Reason Gaming, of course, they got somewhat of a new roster. Their first cycle with that new roster didn't do too well. They eventually got knocked out of gold, actually. Hey, they grinded, though. The greatest thing about it, we're seeing that kind of here to an extent. They didn't let that phase them too much. They almost used that as a learning experience, clearly. And they grinded through gold. They eventually won it, fairly easily in the end. And here they are back in Diamond. And, hey, they took a 2-0 victory over Nullstone Gaming in the first round, a team that actually was a runner-up last cycle. So Reason Gaming really looking strong here. And definitely a team with a great amount of momentum, is safe to say. So very intrigued by this matchup, and especially to see what they are going to bring to the table. And there's that Behemoth pickup. How about that? Coming out, Mini Maggot.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be first or second pick. Like, man, they rallied this Behemoth so much, man. And you can understand, honestly, Nier, I don't know if you've seen it, but Nier just plays such a decent Tempest. Like, you kind of want to pick up so early, whether it's a good pickup or not. Like, if you've got heroes, or if you've got players that play heroes that good, you just pick them for them because it's just clutch, specifically. But, for Tree, they pick up the Valkyrie, though, and this is what I was saying. Obviously, we saw it banned out in the last series in Game 3, but they pick up here. So they can utilise now the Prism and the Smoke, man. There's so much invis going around. All they need now is a Revenant, and they'd finish it off.
A little bit overkill. A little bit overkill, probably. But no, yeah, that's definitely the logic there, and as you pointed out, definitely something we have seen from them before, so this isn't out of left field by any means. They also get the Cthulhu font on top of that, and so speaking of that, the initial bans, the Parasite Swiftblade, Rally, and Dr. Repulsor. Very interesting, actually. So apparently Reason Gaming, you stress on the Behemoth, but Rally, I guess they like to play the Rally over there. I don't know how much you know about that, but
They normally play at Suicide, I believe, from what the same players that are very, very high, a very, very good rally player, sorry. And then one thing to note, though, as well, I think it was Cycle 4 or Cycle 5, when Reason did go down. I remember when the slap was, I think whether he was on the call, we interviewed him regardless. He said that, he made a point that, Reason and Tree, they scrimped 2 weeks straight. And so, these two teams know each other, inside out kind of thing. So these bans will be very, very targeted kind of thing. So no surprise we see Rally in that respect.
Very, very good point there. Now, the other series, I know a lot of people, as usual, a lot of fanboys there for Sync Esports, and for good reason. Sync versus Rexars. That has been covered by Snooey, actually. Twitch.tv/Snooey. He's back to casting for this cycle here. It's good to have him back. But anyway, so you can check out his stream if you are interested in that series. But again, the one we're covering here, Tree versus Reason Gaming. So bands finishing up here. One more band to go on the side of Reason here before the next tier picks, and there we go, the Riftwalker final ban. That's a good one there. Kraken, Magnus, Flux, Chipper, Pharaoh, and Riftwalker over all the bands. Gemini coming out here for Tree. Balthazar, one of these heroes that he does like to play.
I haven't seen it for a while, I don't
We
think.
haven't, that's true.
Yeah, but when I think of Gemini, I think of Beaver Banger, obviously on Nullstone Gaming, but so I guess we're going to see a Suicide Valkyrie then, and then I guess they've got a middle hero to be left with. I guess Bubbles is still on the board. Cracky and Boxy both play a great Bubbles, so Kraken was obviously banned in the second phase actually by Thuzen himself. That's quite the last 2 games, he's first picked Kraken, so I guess a bit of a switch up of strategy depending on who he's playing against, and I guess because otherwise, I guess he would have first picked Kraken if he's following the same sort of formula.
Oh, there we go. The 4th pick here for Reason Gaming. Well, not yet, in fact, but 48 seconds and counting. Still plenty of extra time. Imbapoy gonna think about this one here and see where they end up. Now, Reason Gaming is also not only some roster changes, but they've also kind of had that leadership change. Imbapoy for the longest time was a drafter. Then that I believe TPS Priceless became the drafter.
Yeah, and the captain as well. Obviously, when Saint got kicked as well, he was kind of co-captain / co-draft that I've been talking a lot about with him and stuff. And so yeah, I don't know really. One thing I've always been quite adamant about is that whenever you have a captain who plays carry, it just doesn't work. There's a reason why all the top leaders or all the top drafters either played support or jungle or mid, because it's just the most it's the best role to really to sort of play it, because you're not focused on farming rotations, you're not sort of focused on sort of making the big plays like Suicide. When you play mid, you just get your farm up and you sort of initiate kind of thing. Same with support, you make the stacks. Playing, oh my god, I don't care what I just was talking about. A curse on the board, man. Holy...
Whoa!
What the hell?
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But why? Well, okay, he's great against Puppet Master.
Great against Behemoth as well, because I think the best thing about a curse is the fire shield, because obviously he just stops any kind of stuns instantly. It's quite funny. I was playing against a Suicide Accursed the other day and just got, oh, what the f is going on, man? Like, Defiler, man.
You've been hyping this hero a lot,
mate. If this hero doesn't win, like if Frieza don't win, I'm in, right? Man, I'm so excited. This is what I was talking about. This cycle breaky.
I love it. Yeah, no, look, I honestly, like, I love seeing that Defiler, don't get me wrong, too, but I'm honestly more excited about Curse. Curse is definitely one of my more favorite heroes to play. I just never thought we would have actually seen him in a realistic game, but this is a pretty big game right here, the round of 4. Again, so we'll start with the Curse real quickly. So again, going back to why they may have picked him up here, as we were just talking about Puppet Master, that Fire Shield, it's a very strong tool. It's definitely more effective. It's not more effective than Protective. It's a different effectiveness than a Protective Charm from a Jerizaya. Well, I was going to say, actually, is the cooldown less? Yeah, it's definitely a lot less. At level 4, it's down to 9 seconds, actually. So,
obviously, it doesn't have the same kind of...
It doesn't have the same staying power, of course, but it will take off Puppet Show. It takes off Puppet Hold. You know, abilities like that, hell, the Silence from Defiler, it'll help remove that off teammates in this case. So.
As well. And it's just, like... I mean, particularly with like the tree strategy, right? With them running like the carry as the jungler after level 6, like they're still sort of in the lead in terms of, or they're still sort of decent in terms of the golden experience because they're still utilizing the jungle, but they can run like a secondary support. But instead, actually, they're actually going to run an aggressive tri lane. Man, we've got like full circle almost, like aggressive tri-lanes with a Curse and Valkyrie. Like, man, this is insane, but I'm really looking forward to it. But with the Defiler as well, I'm really looking forward to see how it works because, I mean, I love the hero, don't get me wrong, and I think it is like, it does have its place, but it just feels weak to me, Breaky. Like, and I hate to say it because, I mean, I think the hero is awesome and stuff, and I really do like it, but it just... Right, this is the reason why I don't like Defiler. Firstly, because... in the early game, he's too squishy, and obviously for a hero that is kind of be up in the front of the team fight, you want to be tanky. And so when he gets into the mid to late game, when you have the tankiness, you kind of fall off, kind of thing. So like wherever the sort of stage of the game is, like Defiler just seems kind of a little bit out of place in that respect. Like early game, he's too squishy, and late game, he just kind of falls off a little bit, even if he is tanky, kind of thing. So, but I'm looking forward to sort of seeing how Break.
Is this a pub game? I mean, what the
yeah,
are these lanes? It's just 2-1-2 on either side. That in itself is so strange. And it's a cursed Valkyrie top. I mean, what is going on here?
Right, the reason being is that Tree wants to contest the Puppet Master, but Puppet Master is now rotated down bottom. Like a Valkyrie, I mean, I have to admit, Tree have been playing a lot of aggressive dual lanes all the time in TNM. And it's decent because you try and shut down the farm. Obviously, in this case, they're against the Prisoner, but they expect to be against the Puppet Master. And with their Cursed up here, what you can do is you can play like an aggressive dual lane with just a Curse being here just to spam deny and have the ability to sort of save Valkyrie if she needs it. A Curse isn't going to be able to do a lot of harassment, but it gives Valkyrie the ability to play a lot more aggressive. Like, if Valkyrie's here by himself, like, Kinesis would be boxing out of the Valkyrie, but as just by having the presence of a Curse here, he can play a lot more aggressive kind of thing. But Puppet Master has rotated down bottom, and this is where perhaps there might be a potential rotations of lanes, but like a Curse can't rotate it down bottom because then Valkyrie get pushed out. So yeah, just a lot of lane rotations and a lot of mind games. I mean, this is to be expected though. These teams have been playing a lot of scrims together, so there has to be a lot of mind games to really try and get the advantage over one another.
You know, if I was to not show player names or anything like that, I guarantee you people tuning in right now would be like, wait, why are we watching a pub game? Where's the actual tournament match? I'm looking at all three of these lanes. I mean, Defiler versus Cthulhu on mid, Puppet Master Behemoth versus a Gemini Torturer, like... this is just funky, man. This is really funky. But you know, I think actually what you said there at the end kind of has a lot of staying power in the sense of these teams have played a lot against each other, especially when it comes to scrims. So neither one of them wants to run the typical, the usual, the strat that they know that their opponents are going to know necessarily. So a little bit of action here possibly. Yeah, you see Behemoth. He's got a double damage as well, but that's not going to come of use. Cthulhu Fund, just a little too heads up, and we'll fall back in time. But Crazy, crazy stuff. Anyways, let's break down how the stats are looking here as far as Creep Farm. I assume middle lane, Defile's doing pretty well. Yeah, 13-4 now. Got through the farm. Was keeping up. He's actually still doing pretty solid, but Defiler's opening up a little bit here now as far as her start goes. But, yeah, I mean, I agree with you with the not being as tanky as you would like her to be, especially on a hero like Defiler, but, you know, actually, Courier, yeah, a little dangerous right there, but flies it. But, you know, she does have a pretty powerful skill. I always say, when we talk about Defiler, that silence is so freaking strong. The radius of it
don't get me wrong.
is huge. And 6-second AoE silence. It's pretty ridiculous if you get it off in a good placement. So.
And the cooldown's only like 13 seconds, so it has like 7-second uptime. So it's really, really good. But yeah, just the hero, to me, like I love the hero. Like I play a lot in TMM. And it's just, like, you want to go, like, kind of mobility items, kind of like, because otherwise you're kind of like a big blob that doesn't move. So you want to go like sort of race car, like, you know, the Ghost Marchers and even like the Storm Spirit, for example. But if you go that, you're like so not tanky, and you know you just get bursted down, put simply. And if you do get like enough farm to go late game and get farmed up, then you're not as effective as like a Gemini, for example. So, but I mean, in this game though, I think it's decent. There's a lot of good sort of heroes to silence. I like obviously the Accursed being one, the Gemini, like every hero silence is good against kind of thing. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to sort of see how he itemizes it, because
she has a lot of different choices. I think it's safe to say, you know, from the actually bottom lane, the Behemoth stun comes out. Gemini, he just been stunned, doesn't matter though. Behemoth does get bursted down in the long run. Puppet Master, he at least wants to get the kill. Might come at a cost of Torture Health Potion use. And actually now Imboboy realizing he's the one in a lot of trouble. Pops his own Health Potion just out of distance of Gemini. And actually he will survive too, so it could have been a lot more deadly. But a bloodless kill nonetheless still for Willowkeeper right there, as Balthazar gets credit for it here. So well played. It seems like his farm only 11-1 so far against the Puppet Master, 17-10 right now. So definitely really needing that bloodlust kill for them. Pretty big deal coming out. See the top lane now. I'm a little curious about that here. So you know, me being a cursed player, I like to think I know the hero pretty well. You know, using a fire shield here. Now, using it preemptively, I've always kind of like not been a huge fan of. And what I mean by that, you know, using it before stuns happen, because I think the most powerful tool of the fire shield is that it removes stuns. And so kind of like right there, he actually applied it to Valkyrie to kind of harass a little bit. I get that logic and try to, you know, make a point to really box them out and have it, or perhaps have it explode and do good damage to them, but I just think playing it safe is... that's true, so maybe that was the logic. Bottom lane, by the way, back down here. Behemoth, he gets combo once again. He gets the fissure off. Will that be enough distance, though? No, it will not. The impalement's too strong.
And this is the difference between Behemoth and Accursed. Like, Accursed can go like aggressive dual lane. Oh, top lane? No, they don't really have any kill potential really top lane.
Not with Accursed there.
Yeah, but... no, like, you compare like Behemoth and Accursed in these two lanes, because they're practically the same. Obviously, you've got an aggressive dual lane from both teams. The farmer is both range, and obviously the support is both melee. However, the difference between Accursed and Behemoth are bottom lane, perhaps?
Gemini, Master. Go. Somebody's going to die here. Who's it going to be is the question. It looks like it's going to be Gemini. Oh, they both go down. Yeah, he gets the kill on Gemini first, so that's the good news, I guess.
But yeah, compare it to sort of Behemoth and Accursed, is that like, they can't go on Accursed because he has that fire shield kind of thing. Whereas Behemoth, like, he has good damage and stuff, and he can like do some good blocks. Like, he doesn't have the sort of survivability capabilities compared to, say, Accursed, for example.
Yeah.
And this is why this dual lane is getting a lot more kills, but dying as well, kind of thing, bottom lane. So.
Now, I also, talking about it, going back to Accursed here, I also kind of like the change they made a while back to him, definitely trying to boost his viability a little bit. That being his Seer and how it's impacted by his abilities. Now, Defile in the meantime coming in for a gank.
Oh, haste.
Does she have silence? She doesn't have silence yet, actually.
Doesn't matter. She has haste.
It doesn't. It does matter. I mean, shield from Accursed. Yeah, there's a shield. There's the heal, maybe. The turnaround, the arrow missed. He was going for the big turnaround arrow, but yeah, good try. But now Accursed in trouble. He does not. The courier goes down. The Hellbreaker here, as Accursed will eventually fall. So yeah, that's what I was saying. I didn't think it was as over as you thought it was initially, but still. Defiler actually comes out on top of the double tap and runs away eventually. And this is the greatest thing, too. The Ghost in 3 seconds, watch her life just shoot up as a result of them going back inside. Yep, there you go. Back to full life. Pretty crazy. Top lane, port's coming in. No, they're not going to get anything, though.
Yeah, so she has picked up the Ghost Watch, which is something that I think is the way to build her. Because if you're like I said, if you go like Steam Boots, like you're so slow that you can't even. First of all, you can't get any good wave of deaths off, and second of all, you can't really get the damage off from Unholy Expulsion, because you're not fast enough to really right click into them. Like, because once you pop that ulti, like they're just gonna be running away, kind of thing. So you need to be fast enough to sort of chase them. The next item build that I normally go is Storm Spirit, but at the same time, you're so squishy if you do that. But Storm Spirit plus Defiler has the best synergy in probably one of the best hero combinations in Iron, because you have like 2 or 3 seconds left on ulti, and then like they go on you, so you just Storm Spirit yourself up in the air, and then you come back down, and then all the heal comes back onto you. I just love the synergy with Defiler plus Storm Spirit.
The second you said that, what popped in my head? Chew Defiler. He used to do that quite a bit back when he was around, and he definitely picked up a hero every now and then.
Exactly, and Defiler, don't get hit by the arrow!
Yep, 5-second arrow, this could be big. Now, I don't know if we're going to kill her,
actually. No, I think she's dead.
You're going to block a little bit right here, now she's going to be able to run away. She could... Okay, no.
Q missed, actually, I think. The Call of Valkyrie missed, I believe.
Well,
I don't think she's dead. Yeah, and I think Storm Spirit plus Defiler is just such nice synergy, but at the same time, like, this is what I mean, this is what I'm talking about, like, yeah, okay, she got hit by a 5-second arrow, but, like, it was only a Valkyrie and a Curse. Like, if you had, like, Gemini to torture and, like, a Cthulhu involved in the mix as well, like, she's only got 700 HP, and for a hero that needs to be up in the front, making good use of the Grave Silences, making good use of the Unholy Expulsions, it's just, like, she needs to be, like, 400, 500 GPM, and it's, like... But she just can't get that, obviously, if she's 1v1 mid. Like, she even got, like, a double kill in top lane, but, like, it just feels like she needs more farm than she can get, kind of thing, to be useful. That's the one issue I have when I play her, but who knows? Embrace might even go for the Icon of the Goddess as well, which is a good item. But this is the strength of Defiler. Like, once the middle laner moves from the middle lane, the tower's just going to die. So, like, a Philippine wants to sort of, be involved in ganks and maybe jungle a little bit, but once he does that, like, the middle lane is just going to feed, kind of thing. So.
Yeah. Well, another thing to stress, actually, speaking of Defiler and her ultimate, it throws me off, and again, it's been a long time. I assume it's still the same. Yes, it's physical damage. It's not magic damage. Yeah. So minus armor, things like that, stacking armor can be pretty powerful, actually, in the case if you're going up against Defiler. So something to keep in mind here. Kind of like Voodoo Wards or Polywog. You may think they would be magic off first on paper, but no, they actually are physical damage. So bottom lane, it looks like Torture really trying to get an attempt. By the way, they actually tried to gate Gemini earlier. Kinesis was down here. Behemoth Fidgetstone was just on the wrong side, though, and sure, he has the Twin Fangs, but actually, if you land on the right side, then I'm pretty sure Puppet Show could have came out for Puppet Master and held him in place and possibly could have been a kill. So really unfortunate, just on the wrong side, but that happens sometimes. Accursed is level 6, not the like crazy impact ultimate by any means, but it's nice knowing as an Accursed, especially like a secondary support here, having that option to play a little more aggressive. Back to the bottom lane, Behemoth, he stuns, he's trying to get away. He throws on a figure, but now he blocks Puppet Master, and he still dies. Yeah, that was a complete misplay. I mean, Puppet probably still would have died, but at the same time, he just got his Puppet Master completely.
And here I was before the game saying, here's Behemoth, he's godly. And no flame. But yeah, just at least they have this Defiler that is getting big. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, Defiler is big and all, but she needs like 2 items. Like, I think she needs the Storm Spirit plus if she can get the Storm Spirit and Icon, then she'll be Gucci. But until then, I don't know, man. She does look like she'd go for Icon of the Goddess, though, before she goes Storm Spirit, which is probably the safer bet to go.
Yeah.
But I just love Storm Spirit. I love Storm Spirit in the hero, though. Like, because you get the movement speed, plus you have the great synergy, obviously, with your ultimate, plus... I just love the item, man. But
yeah.
He might get it on.
Oh, absolutely. No, I agree with you. It really is a very, very powerful tool to use for Defiler. So it wouldn't be out of the question. But yeah, that's what I was kind of getting. I mean, just these raw stats are going to be really nice.
Yeah, you really use
Defiler early on in the game. So, yeah, her farm, 384 gold per minute. She has a pretty powerful farmer, especially when she has the maxed out not only her Q, but the E ability, the Power of Death. Passively decreases the cooldown and the mana cost of that Wave of Death right there. So it makes that Q even that much stronger and more rapid fire use. Now, top lane, you got Defiler coming up here as Boxy actually denies the tower, though, so never mind. Was trying to maybe come in for a push, but a little bit too late. And instead, we'll go for a 12-minute rune. Double damage rune spawns top. Valkyrie running over to as well. He's got an arrow.
Oh, Behemoth.
That's not going to happen, though. It's going to be fine. Back to the bottom lane. Behemoth. No, he gets out of there, actually. before he gets caught. At least for now, Cthulhu Font is nearby, level 10. Looking for a chance in opening right here. Gemini may try to set something up. He's got an Energizer now, by the way. Yeah, Torture. He's going around the flame. Now, they know that he's here, obviously. Look at him drops a water sight, actually.
He's trying to sort of pretend that he does have a water sight.
Okay. Clever.
Oh, Defiler.
Right there. Defiler runs into Cthulhu Font, and now she's in trouble. She did not use her ultimate either right away. I thought she was going to maybe try to use it, but yeah, probably would have been a waste. Would not have mattered. And it continues actually Behemoth. He's going to go for the TP. He will be successful. Great reaction on his part, but Ember getting picked off. And that's not what you need right now if you're Reason Gaming with the start here. So, good news though for Willowkeeper.
Prisoner Pool. I mean, I would like to see actually Reason start team fight. I know it's very early, but like they're somewhat tanky on. Then at the same time, like Defiler needs to have Grave Silence if they want to start team fighting. Perhaps if they want to wait to maybe level 11 on Defiler, then they maybe start rotating down bottom.
There we go. Where the hell was that? I'm so confused.
Oh, he just popped ulti.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what just happened? God. Where was he?
That must have been a misclick.
Well, anyways, he goes in right here now with that Portal Key. Gemini, he's kind of caught out. Fidget Stun being used. The Wave of Death, even everything being used. And they do actually kill Gemini, so despite a big misclick from Prisoner, it actually still works out fairly well.
Yeah, the Portal Key and Prisoner, I don't think Tree were expecting it. It was just too big. Like, obviously, his ulti wasn't even used properly, but just that one hook onto the Shackle just really surprised Battlezone as a result. I would like to see him even try and maybe push off with this. Like, the Defiler ulti is still up, and maybe they don't want to risk it, really. I mean, they obviously have used Prisoner ulti, and so did Voodoo Puppet as well, so maybe they're going to play it safe. But I think they could have done maybe a little bit of damage onto the Tier 1 tower. Defiler ulti was still up, but nonetheless, going to back off, play it safe.
Tried to farm some Ancients, which she's not really trying. I mean, she is doing here now, so making the use there. Yeah, look at Kinesis, man. This is a support Kinesis. Look what he's doing, actually. He's lifting the creep wave. He's trying to get it pushed back, so just one of those small things, and doing a pretty good job of that right there. But yeah, he is playing a support Kinesis here, main support, really, so definitely keeping that in mind. That's not your typical, maybe like a suicide Kinesis. As far as getting the farm. Imba Boy and Puppet Master. He's used to getting a lot of farm, and this game hasn't really been the best middle lane in the meantime. Behemoth, he's dead. And guess what started that? It was that Valkyrie person coming out from Boxy right there. Yeah.
Oh, Zane's setting up as if he's going to try and hook Zane.
He has an ultimate now. As long as he doesn't misclick it here. It's not going to be worth it, though. Falls back, and that will be a free tag. You look at the tree, even just letting the creep do the thing, and then actually trying to maybe chase somebody that was trying to deny it. But nobody there, so they get the tower kill, and they'll fall back from there. But yeah, Tree, their star continues to grow and grow. Now, Defiler still remaining on top of farm, and actually she has that Icon of the God. See, one of the biggest things, though, when you think of Defiler, again, it is that push power. Now, when she hits level 11, she is level 11, she's getting an Icon here. Do you think they just need to look to group up and push? That's actually bottom lane. Gemini catches Prisoner right here. Behemoth with the big ultimate. Bucka to the ball with the cat. The ghosts are flying around, however, and doing plenty of damage. Cthulhu Font in trouble. He goes down despite the fire shield. A Curse runs in now. A Curse has the ultimate up. Gonna heal up. Will she be able to get away with the port? Yes, he will.
And if only she had Storm Spirit.
Yeah, right. 3-for-1 exchange, though. That actually worked out very well for Reason.
Yeah, very, very good thing. And although you sort of saying Defiler is a great pushing hero, but the only really tower that potentially could be taken is bottom lane, and Tree are going to contest that like as 5 kind of thing. So it's going to be hard for her to really rotate down there unless she has the full 5-man team. And she obviously was only level obviously she still didn't have really her greatest sort of help from her team. Like Assassin's Shroud is not picked up by Puppet Master. Portal Key is picked up from Prisoner, so I guess they could potentially start fighting now, but you can't single push a lane by yourself as Defiler, because obviously then the rotation is going to come out from Tree and they're going to kill her kind of thing. Yeah. She can't push the tier 2s because that's well out of really sort of position if she does go up for that. So the only lane she can go is bottom, and that's when Tree are going to contest it. So Reason are going to have to be ready as 5 if they want to push that bottom lane.
Valrock coming in here for Prisoner. Yeah, Valkyrie had no clue the shackles come out, so she cannot leap away. Even if she had the mana, and down she goes. Now the top end in the meantime, kind of a counter. They take out Puppet Master. So actually Tree coming out in favor of that exchange right there. Especially with the numbers that it took, as Cthulhu Font and Torture was all that was needed actually to get that kill. So well played at the top lane. Torture's even going to roam around a little bit. He does have a ward of sight. Oh yeah, he gets a little too overzealous right here, figuring that he's going to be fine, and actually he will get picked off. So never mind for that. And numbers-wise, actually, Reason does come out on top, but still losing Puppet Master. kind of hurting them right there. Looking across the board more so at some minor pickups here, we got Accursed actually getting the Plated Greaves. Actually has a Guardian Ring here for a possible Ring of the Teacher pickup. So it looks like he's just going more of a very heavy utility, heavy support kind of Accursed here. We're not going to see the carry Accursed.
Oh man, that was the one here. That's the one here I sort of mentioned back in the day.
Okay. Well, actually, real quick. Speaking of that, though, I want to go back to. I want to make this point earlier about the Seer, the Cauteroy, or no, it's Seer, right? Yeah, Seer. The passive, how it actually is affected now by other abilities, such as Cauterize and the Fire Shield Explosion, meaning that it'll proc on the. So no longer does the curse need to be attacking the enemy for that to be applied to them. So that actually makes his utility a little bit stronger for him and his team, actually. So. It's been a while, but hey, this is a hero we never see, so...
That's why you have to play Carrier Curse, because you have to hit him, but now you don't, so you can play Support Curse.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think a Curse really, his job is pretty much just to land good... It's kind of been like the healer, kind of thing, like just good shields to sort of take away from Puppet Show, and obviously the heal from Cauterize, and obviously, the Seer is decent as well, but... I think really a Curse... kind of massive benefit is kind of, I think, in the laning phase, honestly, though, and he has had a big impact. Like Boxy is 330 GPM because of obviously Root up in the top lane. Like without Root being there, Boxy wouldn't have that kind of farm.
Valkyrie Prism, bottom lane. I think somebody was probably seeing because you look how defensive they're playing here on the Hellpoint side. So the communication not necessarily there. That's definitely a big downside of Valkyrie Prism, and everyone has to know that you're trying to pop it or trying to use it because. If somebody is in vision, then they'll go invis too, and the other team should pick up on that. So, speaking of being invis, you got Behemoth right here. He's running in with that Valdrod, and seeing what kind of information he can pick up on is just out of range.
He can see Torture, right? But
I mean, yeah, he can, but he's trying to bait him in a little bit more. But yeah, Torture's not going to.
I didn't. I pretty thought that his team was backing him up. So.
Yeah. Ooh, Assassin Trout just finished a Puppet Master. So yeah, it's been a slow start for Imba-Boy. He has yet to be above 300 gold per minute. Now that is saying something for Imba-Boy especially, but he has been struggling. However, Defiler's kind of picked up the slack in a sense. Embry, despite being 0-2... Oh no, I thought that was... Okay, that makes a lot more sense. He's 6-2 now. Never mind. I was like, he's 0-2-0 and 406 pounds, but no, that makes more sense. Okay, anyways, point being, he's doing very well.
Just farms so fast. Though, like 300 damage in like an AOE, and the cooldown is only like 6 seconds, 5 seconds. With the passive. Yeah. So
and only 140 mana now too.
Yeah, so it's just ridiculous. He's gone for the Saxon as well, which is decent, I guess. Sort of physical presence coming out, but I still would love to see him go. I'm not going to bring that down unless he gets it. Like, I love Storm Spirit on the hero so much. It's just nice, like utility as well. Like even if you don't want to use it on yourself or someone else, it's just nice to sort of. Yeah, like they've got some decent initiation from Tree, for example. Like even if like a 5-second arrow hits, you can just storm through one of your teammates. Or if Cthulhu jumps in, for example, like, it's just nice to have. So.
Ooh, Assassin Trap Puppet Master goes in right there. You see Torture also happens to be somewhat invis nearby, but neither one can see another because of the invis. So.
And that's why it wasn't popped as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm pretty sure that's the reason.
What did we say earlier, Minnie? Let's not try to keep going over it. We'll figure it out.
It is though. I'm going to say it's 100%.
It probably is, but yeah, so we'll see.
But yeah, anyway.
What was I going to say? Behemoth, he's kind of getting there. 1430 gold saved up. Portal Key is in the works. Now, again, really not many stats on him other than the power supply on him currently. So it's enough, but ideally you want a little more mana pool before being able to really take effect of the having that Portal Key. But having it, going to be great for him. The main support, Kinesis, continues to struggle, but keeping in mind that it is a support after all.
So, I mean, like, what's like the timings here for reason? Like, there's one timing that's quite obvious to me. Like, either they're waiting for the Shrunken Head on Puppet Master, or they should probably go right now because they've got Icon picked up on Defiler, Portal Key on Prisoner. Maybe they want to wait for Portal Key on Behemoth as well. So either they can go right now, or they're going to probably wait for the Portal Key on Behemoth and then Shrunken Head on Puppet Master. But as the Hungry Spirit just picked up by Puppet Master, it looks like they should be going right now, and they are rotating bottom. So yeah, just on cue. They seem to be happy with their item progression, and they want to sort of start fighting right now.
Yeah, Behemoth in the background here. He's more so in the front lines. He's looking to try to get a big chance to start things off, but nobody down here, as you see on the minimap from Willowkeeper. So this should be a pretty free tower kill, especially with Defiler now here. Yeah, there's not much you want to do or can do to kind of hold against that. No ultimate going to be popped because it's not necessary, so that's the good news there for Rising Gaming. So going to be that free tower kill. Will they commit further is the question. Again, with that Defiler, you think the chances are pretty high.
I think they should keep going as well. Like, Defiler ulti was not pops, and the T1 is just getting harassed now from Tree.
Yeah.
Force Tree back, but simply, you can keep on going without a doubt.
Tree's almost like they want to kind of counter push now. It's not ultimately a race you're going to win, but I mean, for now they can possibly do a little bit of a race here. They're doing that. I mean, you got as you mentioned,
look at this tower, though.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. It starts attacking the tower.
They're going to try and defend and take the tier 2 at the same time.
That's what they can do. As a result, Port's coming out. Cthulhu trying to get away in time. He is going to be fine. Prisoner, the hook, the disjoint with the Twin Fangs.
So nice.
It's like split right between them two, so.
But still good trade though. Took a tier 2 and defended their own tier 2. And now this gives the portal key on Behemoth, and probably the next time they're going to wait for is probably the Shrunken Head and Puppet Master, then go straight away. Maybe even the Storm Spirit on Defiler. For Tree, I think Tree can somewhat play it even more passively. Though they've got like 3 or 4 heroes that scale very, very well into the late game. Cthulhu, Valkyrie, Gemini, and even a Curse scale very, very well into the late game. And unless they're going to maybe wait for Shrunken Head to pick up on maybe Valkyrie or even perhaps Gemini, I think they just have it sort of sit back and farm. They've kind of got a defensive support from a Curse as well, so that they shouldn't really be getting sort of picked off with ganks either. So.
Now, we haven't really had a big fight, team fight this game yet. Really intrigued to see what happens once that inevitably comes here. But also, Puppet Master, again, he's a very slow start, especially at Imboboy standards, and even now he's really not the greatest. But at least he has 315 gold per minute and count. He's got a Whispering Helm with the Shrunken Head now, or excuse me, the Assassin Shroud even. No Shrunken Head yet. I'm sure that could be along the lines. But yeah, again, the biggest thing, though, is they have that Defiler is really picking up for that slack here, and Embry kind of leading the way once again here in the middle lane. Gonna see if anyone baits onto her, but I think it's almost pretty obvious that Tree's like, yeah, you're not by yourself. There's a good chance of that, so you're not gonna fall for anything right there. 3,500 gold saved. If I'm not mistaken, that is enough for that. What is that item called? I can't remember. Oh, that's right. Thank you for reminding me, Mini.
But are you trolling me?
Was I? I don't know.
You never troll, Break.
Well, was I maybe trolling you? Maybe. Just a little.
You never troll. Whenever you talk, yes! He's got it. It's fun, boys.
Yeah, actually.
I was going to say, like, it works so well because, like, he was a little bit low on mana regeneration, and, like, Storm Spirit's like one of the best mana regeneration items, obviously with Hellflower being in the mix as well, but for a cost effectiveness, it's like sick mana regeneration. So. But he's picked up, though, so we can get back to talking about other people.
All right, that's good. Gemini, speaking of other people here, we got the Geometer's Bane coming up shortly. Blessed Orb and the Firebrand. So he's that paddle. Look at Conqueror now. Defiler with the Ghost, the Unholy Exorcism. Nope, that's not what it's called. Unholy Explosion, excuse me.
Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, this wall doesn't actually spot them either. They're like just on the outskirts. I don't think they're seeing... Yeah, so look, if you can see, like, they don't... I don't think they know this. I mean, I think they have an idea it's going on, but they can't see it, and it's already dead, so... Yep. Here comes the arrow, but too late, boys.
Oh, yeah, well, I was like, no token on... But yeah, they have a Puppet Master. I keep forgetting that they have a Puppet Master. So yeah, Imboboy actually picks it up. That makes sense. Maybe, yeah, you might not like that.
I don't know, man. I'm questioning... The only reason is because if you put it onto Defiler, like, she can siege, like, the base kind of thing. Because obviously her ulti just makes her... You can just sort of stand up in the front. She's level 16 as well. So they could even go high ground if they put token onto Defiler. Like, you put Puppet Master up in the front, like, he's not going to be able to sort of siege as well as Defiler. And Defiler is going to want to be up in the front, and yet she's only got 600 HP. Like, she can easily get bursted down. I really would have preferred the token on Defiler, and then have her just sort of siege up to the high ground and have Puppet Master in the background kind of thing. Like, he's going Hellflower as well, so he doesn't even have a Shrunken. Yeah, I have to say I think Defiler would have been better with the token.
Yeah, I do agree, honestly, just because that positioning, like you're stressing right there. And I can understand, especially with Puppet Master's slower start, that really, with him being really squishy, they kind of just want that for that purpose. But if this was more of a well-farmed Puppet Master, then I think they actually could have very likely, especially if you had something like a Shrunken Head, then yeah, we probably would have seen it on Defiler. But yeah, just really making sure that...
Exactly. I mean, with the token on Puppet Master now, I'm pretty sure they won't try and go high ground. But I think they could have potentially gone it with token on Defiler. Because, like, what are they going to do? Are they going to go on Defiler when she's got token? Or are they going to just lose Rex kind of thing? So it's like... It gives them the decision to make.
Now, he actually is not going the Shrunken Head. He is going the Arcana into a Hellfire.
And Hellflower. Which, I mean, isn't too bad. The reason being is because they have kind of like a big tanky presence with Defiler up in the front ground. So, in theory, like, if you're just talking about aggro, like, obviously, you know, it's not like WoW where you're forced to attack Defiler. But if she's up in the front ground, like, dishing out silences, dishing out like Wave of Death and doing a lot of damage with Unholy Expulsion, like, you've got to want to like take down the Defiler. And if as long as Iberboy's positioning is great, like he won't need a Shrunken Head because he's going to sort of wait out the spells to happen from like, you know, Gemini, from the Cthulhu, and then he's going to come in. So yeah, I mean in theory he doesn't need a Shrunken Head. It would obviously be nice, but they're going to push in anyway. And if Defiler was with the token, I would agree. But I don't know, man. I've just got a couple of bad feelings about this. I got bad voodoo about this.
Well, here we go, kind of pushing in the middle lane with the rest of the team. So. Going to get an idea of perhaps how impactful the token is going to be here. This is good. Ooh, he pops the ult. I don't know about that. That seems very. I guess
they can go top. They can go top now as well. So it's not too bad.
Oh, okay, that's fair actually. Yeah.
Definitely no. For Trees, sort of, even if they want to defend this, they have to go on the Defiler now because I mean she is a little bit tanky. She's obviously picking up the Shaman's Headdress now as well, and she is tanky, but she'll be doing too much damage in these team fights not to address that kind of thing. And she's only got 700 HP, and so dropping her will be a lot easier than dropping 2 Puppet Masters.
I'm, you know, so I was stressing earlier how her ultimate is physical damage. I almost think you could argue Souls into Eventual Demonic is a better investment than a Shaman's Headdress here.
Yeah, I agree. No, but we're talking about for Defiler here, though.
For Defiler, yeah, not only that, but again, you got a Gemini, you got a Valkyrie here on the Legion side, a lot of physical presence as this game picks up.
What? What are we talking about?
No, putting a Soul's Bulwark on Defiler. That's what I'm saying. Instead of the Shaman's Headdress.
Oh, what? Because of Gemini and Valkyrie?
Well, yeah, because of that. Because it'll enhance her ultimate's damage too. I mean.
Sorry. No. Oh, I know what you mean now. Sorry, I thought you meant like defending against Defiler's ulti, and I'm like.
No. Well, I mean that too. That's fair too. But
no.
On Defiler.
Okay. Yeah. No, I get you.
Instead of the Shaman's Headdress.
I'm slow. Just leave me be, alright? I'm slow. Yeah. I think Demonic Breastplate could have potentially been a question or a good item pickup because what is the magical damage here from Tree? It's a little bit of Cthulhu, a little bit of Valkyrie, and maybe a little bit of Gemini and Torturer. But like, then you've got a lot of physical from Valkyrie and Gemini, and in the later stages of the game, it's going to be a lot more useful. And obviously, it synergizes as well with the ulti as well. Yeah, like you said, Breaky. So, yeah, I think you're right though, honestly, but. It's going to be at the same time. It's going to be nice if he puts that into Barriado. It's going to be nice, sort of breaching high ground because then there won't be any sort of spam out from like the Aphotic Shield from Cursed or the Twin Flames from Gemini, because they're going to have a little bit easier time of pushing high ground because the creeps will sort of survive the split or the counter push. Sorry.
Yeah, I just the more and more I'm thinking about it, like that, and not only that, but it enhances Puppet Master's damage too at that Soul Core. Because right now, I mean, I guess Prisoner ideally will eventually get one, but he's not farming the best here, and. Obviously, that kind of shows what this item's currently. So, but what's done is done. As a Shaman's, I'm sure he will turn that into a barrier idol, as you pointed out. It's kind of silly to not turn it into a barrier idol at this point. So, top lane. What is this? Puppet Master. He finds Gemini. Here comes the burst. Is it real enough? It looks like it might be. It's going to be so close. Oh, yes, it is. The hold lasted just long enough to get the kill into Gemini. So, well played by Iberboy right there. I'm pretty sure he did the math. For reason now, I think obviously they have to wait token to go high ground though, because without Puppet Master going stronger, like he's a little bit too squishy. Like if there's a team fight outside of the base, he's going stronger now. So maybe, it'll probably be like a nice timing with Shrunken Head plus the token if they want to wait for it. But obviously they have the Hellborn advantage, and they've got great map control as well because they've got all the tier 2s down for Tree. Although Behemoth. Finds Torture, and not who we wanted to find. You see the turnaround coming out right here. Behemoth gets caught by a nice arrow from Valkyrie, and that's the dead Behemoth there.
I don't know what he was thinking. Like, he pops the smoke, and it's like, you're not invisible. If you get spotted out by heroes, you will die. He was by himself as well, so I don't know about that. But.
Maybe he's still trying to understand how the... Okay, there you go. So, we have debated.
They don't. It doesn't. Revs don't spot smoke.
I love it. I love it. No, Revs? Oh, you're saying they don't? Really?
I don't think they do. Like, it's the only thing you can get spotted is if you get spotted by a tower or a hero. If
That's
you look at
true.
it, says
okay.
Revealed, like you cannot be revealed unless you walk within 100 radius of a visible enemy or a tower. It doesn't say anything about Riftwolds.
I gotta try to figure this out, man.
I'm going with you can't be spotted by Riftwolds. You can't in Dota, so that's my logic.
Yeah. I think you are right though, because well, it says in tooltip.
It would say it in the tooltip as well.
I like how I see comments like these guys aren't prepared. It's like hell, the players aren't even prepared, as we see. I'm not focusing on things that aren't in the game yet, or competitive scene at least. So it's one of those, things that has.
That's my vote. I don't think
newer to all of us.
Who knows? Anyway, though, with the Shrunken Head now on Puppet Master, isn't good yet, but he's going to start building towards it, and Congo will be up in the next 5 minutes most likely. I didn't really check the time.
It's got to be sooner than that.
It's got to be close, 4 or 5 perhaps, and if they can do a nice timing with Shrunken and Token, then it might be questionable. And that's what I think. When Puppet Master does get the Shrunken, then maybe it might be better to go on him. Even maybe to go back onto Defiler. Getting a Token on Defiler is still so great though, because she has such a great sieging mechanic though. And they can't simply go on her because she's too tanky. And if they do go on her, then Reason can just counter initiate.
Prism gank, here we go. It's just Kinesis middle lane, so not the biggest deal. And how do they know that? There's literally nothing.
I think this war down here. I think from TPS Priceless, I think it might have spotted.
No, definitely did. Huh? I mean, they were. I watched them from the beginning when they actually cast.
Presence of mind, then I guess. Decent presence of mind.
I guess.
These teams play against each other a lot of times, man. Yeah. So you kind of, it's like if you play with someone so much, you kind of know how they play.
Somebody might have just barely been in that ward. You might be right. So maybe that was it, if anything. But yeah, that was obviously they had some kind of information that.
Sixth sense. Oh, what the hook!
Back up talk about a sixth sense. Cthulhu gets randomly hooked. Puppet he's attacking his own shackle right there. And he eventually does fall. Well played right there to catch Cthulhu Fog.
How the hell?
That one was freaky. I think that was more of a just guess, and they happen to be right. So obviously, no.
Yeah. I think it's still decent though. I think sometimes as a hooker you should do that because if you miss, it's like who cares? But if it does work, then I guess you kind of get that kind of response. So. Decent trade, I guess. I mean, at least they're not really getting any really real objectives from this, though. They're going to increase their farming by a little bit. Obviously, they can probably farm the jungle or enemy jungle a little bit more aggressively. But outside of that, they might get Valkyrie bottom lane, though.
That's the idea right here. Holy crap! There's a shockwave. Is it strong enough, though? Apparently, Stasis Smash, throw him down. Yes, it will be a kill. So, it actually was able to tank a good amount of damage right there, but not has that Ice Brand. So, yeah, that's why he was able to survive for so long. But good job by Kinesis and Behemoth. Their murderous moppets there, roaming around and eventually setting up the kill. Defiler has 5,000 gold, by the way.
Really seem to looking really good, though. That's kind of the perfect situation for Reason, though. If both of your supports can take out one of the cores in a gank, you're doing good kind of thing. Obviously, he has to bow the ulti, so did Kinesis, but it's so worth it, though. It just helps in terms of they can farm a little bit more aggressive. Obviously, they can't get an objective because Valkyrie could have a buyback and Kongo's not up, so they couldn't get rid of any real objectives because all of the tier 2s are down as well. But still, a decent gank nonetheless. And I mean, the Shockwave's going to be up next team fight, so definitely worthwhile.
Yeah. What is Defy? He's obviously not going barrier at all at this point. And
Heart, maybe?
I can see that, but
Heart is really good on Defy.
Again, I'm even absolutely more against him not getting a Soul's Bulwark if he's actually just going to sit on a Shaman's headdress. That just seems really silly to me.
Unless he wants to go Frostfield plate, sorry.
Yeah.
Frostfield would be nice. Obviously, extra intel is always decent. Obviously, the actual active effect is good, and obviously helps him tank up as well.
He's got options here. We'll see what he eventually goes for. Man, Imboboy really has recovered here. Holy crap, 475 gold per minute. He kind of knew it was coming, but still pretty shocking to see how high. This is a guy that was struggling to be 300 GPM for most of this game here earlier on.
Konga's up, and here comes the smoke, though. So
yeah, there you go.
Decent timing. 3.
Well, Rod here trying to find somebody. But Conga elicits the second Conga. There's the Behemoth's Heart.
Good item.
Yeah.
So damn tanky.
Speaking of tanky.
3,000 gold.
How many charges? He only has 2 charges currently still, so.
This is the questionable decision with Icon. This is why sometimes I don't like it, because particularly in competitive, you don't get a lot of kills, because you're not doing a lot of ganking, because, they just better coordinate in competitive. In TMM, I think, you should always get it on, Doctor or Defiler, but in this game, you just don't get enough kills in this mode, so. Nonetheless, still decent item. Decent stats, I guess.
Puppet Master, pops the Assassin Trap. I was thinking about it, but they're kind of split right here, man.
It's red forward. Oh no, they're not gonna go back.
Yeah.
Man, what? These some funky strats. Like, Reason must know. Like bottom and top, no one's farming. Like they must know something's up. But Defiler can play this aggressive because he's got Storm Spirit and Behemoth up. But they might go in on him regardless. Though he's kind of split from his team.
Yes, he is. The jump is real. You know it's going to be coming here any second.
Oh, Puppet Master!
Puppet Master. They see him. Puppet explodes right off the bat. In comes the silence from Defiler. Shockwave from Behemoth as well on top of Gemini. Not the most minions or damage coming out, though. Torch in the background. He will barely survive. Those ghosts are doing plenty of damage, but can Defiler take it throughout all of it? It doesn't look like it. He's eventually going to fall. Nobody died on Willowkeep right there, and a lot of that has to do with Puppet Master initially getting found out.
I mean, yeah, I guess you could perhaps sort of call that a Underboy, like... Obviously, you know, Tree were definitely in the vicinity, though. Like, a Curse would not be farming up here by himself, so you have to know that. And, like, of course they have, you know, some kind of invis detection, because they have puzzle box, like, on Cthulhu. So, and he just gets instantly bursted down without popping the Shrug on head, and that could even be Rax, though. The Defiler doesn't have a buyback, and he's down for 35 seconds, so this might be Rax, man.
Yeah. And the Rax, it's definitely going to fall down to half life, and there we go. Will there be multiple racks is the question. Assume what those
it might be.
buybacks.
No, they're going to back off. Play it safe.
Not worth the risk right there. Yeah, this has definitely been... It felt like Reason Game was in a pretty good spot, but after that
they
fight,
were.
not so much.
They were playing so good. I really like their draft. Obviously, their fire pick's working out for them. They've got her to a point where she's tanky enough yet still useful. But, I mean, when you take team fights where, you know, your carry runs into all 5 of them, then something's going wrong in that respect. So, yeah, I mean, it's still not... Obviously, it's a big deal because they lost Rax, but at least Congo is still to be contested. Obviously, Tree went for Rax, which is definitely the right decision. You always want to prioritise Rax over Congo in about 90% of your games, but at least this does open up for Reason to take it now themselves if they want to.
You look at a couple of Baldrats stacked up here on the Legion side, but back over to the Hellborn team, Reason Gaming, they go right to Kongor. You know, this is somewhat of an opening right here, as figure Tree is probably regrouping, regenning, and everything as they are. But at the same time,
no ulti though. Oh, she just popped it.
She just popped it, yeah. So that's kind of dangerous, I mean, for the Legion team too, because that's what makes it powerful, because they could be jumping into this now, but that's already up, so it's not like they can lock her down. Hopefully that she doesn't pop it, but here we go. The jump is real. Gemini jumps in the back. Cthulhu jumps on a Defiler. Finish another shockwave coming out from here with Prison Break used as well. Puppet Master this time. He's able to do plenty of damage and melted right off the back. Cthulhu, he's trying to run away. Barely ain't going to happen. Wave of Death comes out, and Death follows, of course. There are 2 kills in favor of the Legion team. A hat trick actually coming up for Boxy. Make that 3 kills, so Boxy able to hold his ground and get 3 kills out of it. Accursed is still here as well. He still has his ultimate even to heal up. Oh, the arrow just missing. Probably wouldn't have mattered anyways. But I think that means it's going to be a Conquer call. No, buyback on Gemini and Cthulhu, though. They really want to make sure this is not a guaranteed Conquer, and they're going to.
They're gonna get it themselves actually now. No buyback on all the other 3 heroes from Reason, so they're going to secure Conquer as well. So definitely worth buyback from both Kraken and Balthazar. Now it's me Congo. What are they? Defiler. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah,
Portal key.
Not going to happen.
Philip, stun. There you go.
There goes Cthulhu. He missed the trample. God. He actually missed the trample. The arrow comes out. That's also going to whiff, unfortunately. And now Gemini might be in some trouble. Kinesis comes in. Defiler turning it around. The silence comes out as well. Open out a little bit right there. Valkyrie's taking some good damage. She needs to leap away. They deny the tower. And now the chase is coming out from Reason Gaming here all of a sudden. So all because that trample was missed completely gave Reason Gaming a chance to turn that around.
Man, Defiler was playing so aggressive though. Like, she was like on the Ancients when they were taking Congo, like 2v5. But got a little bit lucky there. Trample missed again. A couple of missed skill shots when he came out from Kraken. Like, first the Kraken and now Cthulhu, but no biggie. Yeah. Still doing decent. So. But yeah, I mean, that team follow went so much better for Reason. As long as, like, you know, Imberboy doesn't die straight off the bat, like, and runs in sort of 5 of them, like, the team fight is so strong. Like, Defiler's doing so much work. Like, he's still top in terms of the damage, and, like, he still was just like a mid-hero kind of thing. He's doing so much work, and he's so tanky as well. Like, you can't kill him, yet you have to kill him as well, because he's doing so much damage. So,
yeah.
Rough choice. But still, Gemini now with Token, and I think, you know, they might be able to make some kind of plays. I think they want to get a pick-off first. They've got good ways of getting pick-offs. Obviously, the Valkyrie Prism for ganks, but the Portal Key on Cthulhu as well. So they can make ganks happen. And going high ground against Prisoner and Behemoth is just risky. So. Well, here comes the Prism, though.
So, yeah, the Valkyrie Prism, yep, coming out right there. I don't know if it was actually seen. There is a Rev Ward, though. That's going to spot them coming in, at least these guys down here. Gemini, the front lines can't really get in range for any kind of stun, so that's not going to be happening either. And you do see Recent Gaming grouped up as a team, but now they're going in. Defiler in the front lines has the ultimate. Going to pop right there, right off the bat. Torturer falls. Puppet Master once again. The right clicks coming out of Cthulhu Pump melts with the Whiplash crit. Has the auto attacks down to Valkyrie, but Valkyrie's doing plenty herself, as well as Curse Demon help. But throughout that Gemini too, they catch Behemoth as he shockwaves. He goes down. Defiler, he's not going to be able to hold his ground. Defiler, it's not very bursty damage. It's damage over time. So don't expect him to do a whole lot right here, unfortunately. Yeah, he will end up falling. Hat-trick comes out for Boxy, and may even get more. Prisoner pulling at the last second. That is a genocide for Willowkeeper right there. Tower's going to fall. GG, well played. Really? God, that I am
crazy
just
game.
Wow.
This is what happens when you have two really quite unorthodox teams go at it, man. You get these kind of games, which is really cool to see.
I'm just shocked that it did end like that. I mean, I understand like why they conceded in the end, but the fact that Willowkeeper just won that game like that at the very end, reason it once again actually seemed pretty good.
Yeah, that one team fight over Congo, like when Imbibai literally just run into him. That big man. When you play carry, you can get the glory, but also you can get the disaster at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, one thing to note though is that like even in the end, that last team fight, I mean, Defiler was doing a lot of work in the early to mid game, but this is what I meant. Like when she does get tanky enough, she does fall off, and like you saw the difference between like Gemini and Defiler in that team fight. Like Gemini wasn't dying, but he was doing like more damage than Defiler kind of thing. And that's why I just think Defiler, I love you, baby, but it's just. Can it work? I'm not sure. I haven't seen it work yet, and I mean the stats will back up as well. I think she's like 0-5 now.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Buffs, please, Waza, please.
So what I took from this is that a cursed over Defiler.
Yeah, put simply. Curse was doing good though. Like I think the biggest impact it had though was the laning phase. Like they could farm 3 lanes because of that Curse.